Oh
love
yeah,
our
she's
Lisa.
lovely. She's awesome.
Not only wicked smart, but this is a very, very, very busy show.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of focus to keep it on the rails, so we love our Lisa. Really well done, my friend. Hey, I saw you just chopping up a storm there.
Yeah.
Jeremy Parker.
And you know what I'm doing? I'm
What is
chopping
it?
and I'm scooping.
Oh, chopping and
Oh,
scooping.
look at that one so quick there. So this is, we love Kuhn Rikon.
Yeah, we do.
Kuhn Rikon, Swiss engineering. And what they did is, how many times when you chop, you have to scoop everything up. So what they did is they put a little scooper on the back side of the blade, or the spine of the knife as they call it. There's two knives, one serrated, one straight knife, and a little, there you go, look at you. And then once you get there, you got to scoop it up. So you just flip it over, scoop everything up, and ta-da. And
How
put it where you
easy
want.
is that?
Isn't that great?
I mean, this is really smart, and I feel like it's kind of like a mezzaluna and a chef's knife rolled into one.
Yeah, so it does. It also has this rocking edge. So if you're doing any of this rocking, you can put your hand up on top. And if you're mincing and dicing garlic, if you're doing nuts, if you're doing small little shallots like that, it has a, hey, go on.
I'm
get
getting very
there.
Swedish chef with it. Which I
Go.
should stop.
Remember the Muppets?
Okay, wait.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I keep doing this to everybody home.
that's okay.
The Muppet Show where Beaker and Dr. Bunsen Honeydew. Did you ever see the Christmas episode where Beaker sang Chorus of the Bells?
I don't.
Oh my
yes.
gosh, I've had that in my head for weeks.
I remember that.
Oh, what a mess. I'll have to post that later, just so
Okay.
anybody who's watching right now that's like, what? I'll post it so you can see. Here's the set of 2 in the sage. Here's the set of 2 in gray. Here's the set of 2 in aqua. And here's the set of 2 in red. Now this price, it's the first day at the lower price of $22.98. It is gone at the end of the day, but we get one straight edge and we get one serrated.
One serrated, right,
Yeah.
because those are the basic 2 knives that you need. The serrated knife is for your breads, for your things like that. Let me do this straight edge one real quick.
Sharp.
It's really sharp. It's Japanese steel. It's incredibly sharp. So basically, once you chop here, now I have the ability to scoop this up and put it where you want it. So if you have to walk over and put this in a pot or a pan, it gives you that lovely wide blade and that little scraper right there. See there?
Super
So
fun.
isn't that cool? So it
Yeah.
just makes things a lot easier. So, and it is a very sharp knife.
Well,
so
and
yes,
you don't want to scrape the blade across the cutting board, right? That's why there's a little scraper
That's right,
on the
because a
other
lot of
side.
times, what do? You see people and they scrape the blade that dulls your knife. Because remember, the cutting board is actually what dulls your knife. It's
Right.
not the food that you chop. But then I can come in here and then just sort of scrape this all together. If you want, you could just scrape everything on your board to clean it. You could do this. There's so many different ways. You could hold something back here and then just sort of scrape it right into it if you do that.
I'm always worried about getting my
So-
fingertips. I just have this unsubstantiated fear.
Yeah.
But I feel like with this knife, you can just kind of hold your other hand out of the way.
Yeah.
Look at that. I'm making salad.
Look, you're making chopped salad.
Woo!
Who wants one?
Oh my gosh. That's a lot of screaming on Christmas Eve. Why don't you settle down? But look at that. I mean, that I can keep my hand out of the way and it still does the job.
Yeah, yeah. And when
That's
you're doing things
cool.
like bread too, you want a good serrated knife to slice cuts of bread. And then I can take this and just scoop that and serve it. You also want a serrated knife for like tomatoes. So again, if you want to do nice thin slices of tomatoes, that serration is going to get through that tomato skin. And then I can bring this all back and scoop it up. That's why they call it the chop and scoop. See there? So everything is
That
right
sounds
there.
like a dance move.
Chop and scoop.
The chop and scoop. I mean, I just did 2 heads of romaine.
Yeah.
And getting that into the salad bowl. Now, when we get into the carrot, I mean, I'm not kidding. If I would use this as a trainer blade.
Interesting.
And you could, obviously you want to, if you are using it at home, you can hold the fruits and veggies steady too. But if you are worried about getting your other hand, look at that.
Yeah.
It works great.
Yeah, it's a really sharp blade, easy to use
It
knife.
is.
It's got a nice rocker on it, so you can use it like this. Or even like here, I'm just doing some eggplant. Maybe you're making eggplant parm or something. And I can take this all, you want to keep it nice and uniform. I just bring this all together there. I could pick this whole thing up. Pick this, let me get this last little bit right there. Pick this whole thing up, bring it over here, and I can serve that. So you can see it just makes things a lot easier to, let me get this out of the way so it looks nice. So you can serve and present.
Wait, let me get some mushrooms in
Yeah,
here.
let's do some mushrooms.
I've got Swedish Chef in my head.
I'm sorry.
I've got Beaker in my head. No, it's totally my fault. I don't even say sorry. But I love the fact that you have 2 tools in one. And if you do want to use it as a scraper only, the blade actually comes with a little blade cover.
Yeah.
So you can just cover that blade up if you don't need it at that precise job.
Yeah, that's right. And again, very sharp, great blade to use. I just do a few chops here, and then I can take all this, scoop all that up like this, come back here, pick up anything that I might have missed, and it goes into your pot, into your pan.
Oh, that is so cool.
And
You
then
got
other
mushrooms.
things.
What else you got? Oh, you got onion. Can I grab one of
Yeah,
those?
grab an onion.
All
Yeah,
right,
go ahead.
I'm gonna add that to. Do you like onion in your salad?
Red onion.
Red onion.
Red onions for raw.
Okay.
Sometimes white onions, but I use yellow onions to cook.
That's
red
for you.
onions for raw.
Okay.
And then white onions kind of go in between. Like that could be for like tacos. I would use for a raw. So yeah.
Check this out.
There you go.
Just keep your hand out of the way, please. I'm just showing you that. No, you shouldn't be, because look, my other hand isn't even in the mix.
Yeah.
So if you're chopping up onions for your mirepoix,
Yep.
look at that.
Boom. And then you can just use your little scraper and try and scrape it all up. And again, you could scrape it and pile it, or you can hold something in the back and scrape it towards you. Use a scraper like that. But
Now,
either
obviously, for more precision, you can hold it with the other hand. I'm just showing you that when I was getting familiar with the kitchen and knives and cutting and, you know, all those different skills, I was worried about getting the tips of my fingers. I feel like this is a big help for that.
it really is. And then
helps you
again,
get
I
over
take
it.
all this here, I scrape it all up like that. I can get most of it. I did that whole pepper, and I can move this over here, come back, or you can scrape everything off your cutting board like that too, if you want to.
Keeps it nice and tidy.
Keeps it nice and tidy like that. Yep.
What about the bread? I mean, we can cut things lengthwise too. It's not just a dicer.
Yeah,
right?
sure. Yeah, again, if you wanted to go, say, lengthwise, I would take this here and just sort of cut this bread full length like this. If I was going to make like a hoagie or something, you could open that up and then put some nice meats in there and make yourself a nice grinder.
Oh.
A hoagie, like you did, long ways.
Let's take a look at our colors again, because we have the sage here at the end. We have it in the gray. So here's sage, here's gray. Here is the teal, and then we have it in the red at the very end. These are from Kuhn Rikon, and so you know you're getting well-made. You said these are Japanese steel too?
Japanese steel, yeah, that's a type of like steel that has a certain, they call it Japanese steel. Really. That's,
And one is straight edge.
One is straight edge and one is serrated.
One is serrated.
Yes, and just chop, 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 chop. And if I had a pan here or something like this, I usually bring this over and I just sort of scoop everything into there like that.
The blade cover
Yes.
it feels like it's nylon, so it's not something that we have to worry about hurting us, or we can put it in the dishwasher.
I don't know about the blade cover.
Not the blade, but the blade cover itself.
You know, I always wash my knife by hand, so I don't know about this guy. It shouldn't get dirty. Don't
And
put a
I don't
dirty
want to
knife
melt
in
it,
Yeah.
because I don't know what temperature your dishwasher's at either. So.
Yeah, but yeah, keep these guys in here so when you store them in your drawer, they don't clank around. You don't wreck your blade.
Hold on.
What
Get
happened?
your microphone there.
Okay,
It
that's the
was-
second time that's happened to me today.
I know. Well, I can hear it.
I always wear the collars. That's why. It's usually.
Well,
this
you
is
were
on my-
supporting
I got a
my
sweater
Star
today.
Wars efforts. But you know what? When it comes to having that producer ear, as soon as somebody's microphone goes wonky, I can hear it in my earpiece. And so I've gone after people. Like, I'll reach over to their microphone, and they kind of lean away from me because they're like, "What are you doing?" So yeah, I can hear it and fix it, and it's just a fast fix.
Nice, thank you. I
But
appreciate
I
that.
got to tell you, great find. Monifa, have you ever tried these before?
No, you guys are having a lot of fun.
I know. I want you to get it because one's serrated and one is a straight edge.
Here,
And they're really easy.
try a little
to
bundle of
use.
celery.
Okay.
Just try to get in there and just give that a little chop. Just yeah, go ahead.
Right?
Yeah.
I know.
Listen.
It unleashes something, doesn't
Come on. Listen. Come on. This is fantastic. You know, I love to make like ramen and
Oh, yeah.
soups and things that you have a lot of vegetables for. And
Yeah.
to be able to chop them this easy, that's good.
it? Yeah. And I like
And-
the little scraper too.
And the
Yeah.
little scraper, yeah, and that's they put it on the spine there so you can clean it all up, pick
Yeah.
everything up like this, or you can scoop it up, or you can scrape it off towards you if you want to do
How
that too.
fun.
So there's a couple of ways you could use it.
Super, super fun. We have great colors too. Remember, we have 4 today. We've got it in the red, we have it in the teal, we have it in the gray, and we've got them in the sage. And Chunky, I'm so sorry, you said how many ordered in the show? Over 800 have already been picked up in the show. $22.98. I think that's fun.
That's a good
good
night.
trainer blade. So much more. Jeremy Parker,
Yes.
you are an absolute champ.
Well, thank you. It's
Merry
been
Christmas to
Merry
you.
Christmas,
Merry
you guys. It's been a lot of
Christmas.
fun. Yeah,
It was a good time
I'll
today.
see you guys next year.
We'll be here.
Yeah,
We'll
happy
be
cooking.
here. Happy
Why don't
New
we do
Year.
this more often?